Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram today. And well, I'm running a bit short of time today, dear friends and subscribers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very quick update, I would say. So don't expect much from me, but I'll do my best. Well, so first what I'm going to do, there are going to be two matches which I'm going to cover. One is we'll look at the close of play score on the second day between how South Africa replied to Pakistan, who were bowled out for 338. And then we'll also look at and on a day over here Newlands in Cape Town in the second test match where Pakistan had done pretty well, because Shahid Ajmal is the one who has taken all the 5 wickets to fall. So they were 5 for 139 at close of play, South Africa, in reply to Pakistan's 338 all out, and all the 5 wickets has been taken by the world-class right-arm off spinner Shahid Ajmal. We'll talk about that. And also the third T20 that we were really looking forward to between England and New Zealand. Well, let me tell you, it was an absolutely one-sided affair where England dominated in all the departments of the game. Not only that, they made the score of New Zealand's 138 or 139 look like nothing, as the openers went on to a record score. In fact, they put a record opening partnership. They didn't lose any wicket. Alex Hales and Michael Lumb really plundered the New Zealand bowling to all parts of the ground to actually have a 10-wicket victory, and that was an emphatic victory for England, and that enabled England to actually finish the series with a 2-1 series victory in the T20 series, which ended yesterday. Well, just talking about the third T20, we were all looking forward to it because, as I said, it was going to be a cruncher. But the good thing which happened for England was they were the ones who won the toss on this particular pitch at the Westpac Stadium here in Wellington, and they put the opposition in. In fact, Stuart Broad inserted the New Zealanders in, and New Zealand, well, they made 139 for 8 of their 20 overs. It was all thanks to some very good bowling from the English bowlers. Look at the bowling figures there. That would really, even though the grounds were a bit short, it was not easy for the New Zealand batsmen, as the English bowlers were absolutely on the money. They stuck to a good line and length. If you look at the bowling figures, that definitely reflects, because what they did is by bowling in the right areas, they actually started piling on the pressure on the New Zealand batsmen, and the New Zealand batsmen kept getting out. That's what precisely happened. They attempted a lot of strokes. If you see over there, there are no LBWs, there are no clean bowls. Everybody have been caught at the wicket. I mean, there is not a single clean bowled or an LBW. Everybody, all the 8 batsmen were caught, either in the deep or in the close. Now, looking at it, as I said, England put up a very brilliant performance, I thought, in the T20 series, and they had an emphatic victory there by 10-wicket victory, and only, I mean, they didn't even occupy the full overs. In 13 overs, they actually cleared it off. Well, New Zealand made 139 for 8. So let's look at the bowling, which is what is very important. Look at Stephen Finn's bowling. 4 overs, no maidens, none for 18. Pretty economical bowling there from Stephen Finn. Stuart Broad the other day leaked runs. Today he went on to bowl beautifully. In fact, what he did is he actually got all his wickets through short balls. He induced the New Zealand batsmen to go for the pull shot, and they succumbed to it. 4 overs, no maiden. Only 15 runs, a measly 15 runs, and 3 wickets to his name. Dernbash, 4 overs. Of the lot, he was the costliest. 4 overs, 36 runs, but he still had 3 wickets to show to his name. Luke Wright, the bowled 2 overs, was costly for 19 runs. James Treadwell, the right-arm off spinner, 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 31 for him. And Joe Root also bowled well, 2 overs, no maiden, 1 for 15. And his wicket was really, I would say, Joe Root actually, he actually bought the wicket, in the sense he flighted. Ross Taylor hit him for a 6. That was the only six runs that Ross Taylor made, and that scoring stroke was a 6. But Joe Root kept persisting. What he did is he flighted the ball once again a bit wide of the off stump. Ross Taylor went for the stroke, and this time he skied it, and Bairstow took the catch. So Joe Root got 2 overs, no maiden, 1 for 15. Looking at the New Zealand innings, the only thing that I would like to talk about New Zealand is Martin Guptill. Martin Guptill was the one who was there up till the 18th over. In fact, he was the one who really held this New Zealand innings. I mean, he really saw to it that this New Zealand innings really didn't go into any tailspin, and he contributed a very valuable 59 of 55 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. But the good thing that happened for New Zealand here, as I said, is Martin Guptill is getting into form at the right time for New Zealand. In fact, he played some good strokes. Other than that, Hamish Rutherford was out for 11 of 10 balls with 2 fours. Brendan McCullum, the captain, contributed 26 of 20 balls with 3 fours. Ross Taylor out for 6. Grant Elliott was out for 15. Colin Munro made 1. Franklin made 15 of 14 balls with 3 fours. And 139 on the board for New Zealand. Never looking to be a good total, but one probably thought that New Zealand would be giving a good fight here in the final T20. But everything was totally, I would say, totally wiped off by the English openers, who went off to have a 10-wicket victory. In fact, they made 143 for no loss of only 12.4 overs, and with Michael Lumb contributing an unbeaten 53 of 34 balls with 1 4 and 5 sixes. And Alex Hales, he made 80 runs, an unbeaten 80 runs of just 42 deliveries, 9 fours and 4 sixes. As far as Michael Lumb was concerned, he was the one who started it all by cracking McClanahan. Now, Mitchell McClanahan, if you look at his bowling figures, 3 overs, 1 maiden, none for 38. It was all due to Michael Lumb actually attacking Mitchell McClanahan, the left-arm seamer, hitting him for 6 and a boundaries, and then Alex Hales in the middle, following him, growing in confidence, and actually clubbing McClanahan for 3 consecutive sixes and a boundary in a particular over. And that's the reason Mitchell McClanahan had figures of 3 overs, 1 maiden, none for 38. Trent bowled 2 overs, cost him 20 runs and no wicket. Ian Butler the other day was so good, and he also was amongst the wickets, had no answer to the batting of Michael Lumb and Alex Hales, as Ian Butler leaked 41 runs after bowling 16 deliveries. In fact, 2.4 overs, no maiden, none for 41. Nathan McCullum 4 overs, none for 32, and 1 over for 7 runs for James Franklin. And as I said, Michael Lumb initially started it off. Alex Hales started growing in confidence. Once Michael Lumb started playing well, it started rubbing off on Alex Hales, and Alex Hales went after Mitchell McClanahan, hit him for 3 sixes. 2 were actually stroked over long on. The other one was a pull over, short over mid wicket. And Michael Lumb, well, he also played. You can look at the way they both played. Both of them were so aggressive. They gave absolutely no chance for the New Zealand bowlers. New Zealand bowlers didn't know where to bowl. That was the precise scenario when England were batting, and England actually racked up 143 of just 12.4 overs. Look at the knock that Michael Lumb played. He was unbeaten 53 of 34 balls with 1 4 and 5 sixes. Alex Hales also did superbly, unbeaten 80 runs of just 42 deliveries, 9 fours and 4 sixes, 3 of them coming off 1 Mitchell McClanahan over. Well, they really wiped off any hopes that New Zealand had, because they in fact gave New Zealand no hope with that particular batting. And not only that, what they did, they went off to an emphatic victory by 10 wickets, and this was the second highest partnership in T20 as far as opening is concerned for England, which was good. And what it did is New Zealand actually lost the T20 series. So England winning the T20 series with 2-1, and now the focus shifts on to the one-day internationals. Well, now as I said, I'm having short of time. I'm moving on to the main match, which is the second day's play in the test match between South Africa and Pakistan. As you know, Pakistan resumed at the overnight score, but today the hopes were there because Asad Shafiq was there at the crease. But today Asad Shafiq was the first to go. In fact, he was the first person to go, because yesterday, as you know, Pakistan were, I think, 253, so only 6 runs more were added, and Asad Shafiq was the first victim, and he also fell to the identical score that Yunus Khan made the previous day. He was gone for 111. Cott Smith bowled Philander 111 of 14 balls. In fact, Pakistan were all out for 338, because the only reason that they reached 338 is because of the fact that Tanveer Ahmed playing superbly, I thought, and he got some good support from Saeed Ajmal. They went on to a partnership of 64 runs because they started losing wickets. They lost Asad Shafiq, then they lost Sarfraz Ahmed, the wicketkeeper. They lost Umar Gul. Vernon Philander was the one who was doing all the damage there, moving the ball. And Vernon Philander, what to say, his 9th 5-wicket haul in his 15 tests. That's a stupendous record for Vernon Philander. Vernon Philander, as you know, Newlands Cape Town is something like his own baby. He really likes the Newlands Cape Town ground. He picks up a lot of wickets, and that's what he precisely did. But for Pakistan, even though they were 268 for 6, And probably one thought that Pakistan will be bowled out for 300, under 300, but was that not to be, because Tanveer Ahmed really stuck there, played some good strokes. Saeed Ajmal gave him good company, and both of them put on a 64-run partnership, with Tanveer Ahmed's contribution 44 with 4 boundaries, Saeed Ajmal contributing 21 unbeaten runs with 3 boundaries, and Irfan, the tall man, was out for 6. It was clean bowled by Peterson. 338 all out Pakistan because of that partnership of 64 between Tanveer and Saeed Ajmal. Bowling figures, I would only say Vernon Philander taking his 9th 5-wicket haul in Test cricket in just 15 tests as a bowler. 26 overs, 10 maidens, 59 runs and 5 wickets, and 2 wickets went to the spinner Robin Peterson. 23.2 overs, 94 runs and 2 wickets to him. As far as South Africa's reply was concerned, they finished at stumps on 139 for 5, so essentially they are 199 runs behind Pakistan. And as far as South Africa were concerned, they first lost, there was a partnership of 36 for the first wicket, but the first wicket to go was Graham Smith. In fact, Saeed Ajmal's induction really brought the rewards. In fact, today it was a surprise when Misbah-ul-Haq, the Pakistani captain, gave the new cherry. One was probably thinking that Umar Gul and the tallest bowler in Test cricket, Mohammad Irfan, the left-armer, would be actually sharing it. It was not to be. In fact, he brought Tanveer Ahmed to actually bowl in tandem with Umar Gul. But Saeed Ajmal, only when Saeed Ajmal came, the breakthrough came for Pakistan, and after that there was no looking back, because Saeed Ajmal kept on getting wickets on a regular basis. In fact, first he picked up the wicket of the captain Graham Smith, as Graham Smith tried to sweep a ball from Saeed Ajmal, and he was LBW bowled Ajmal for 19 with 2 boundaries. Aldo Peterson was snapped up beautifully at forward short leg by Azhar Ali of the bowling of Saeed Ajmal. Tried to flick a delivery, went onto the bat and onto the pad, and Azhar Ali took a pretty low catch for 17 with 2 boundaries for Peterson. Hashim Amla, after briefly resisting with Faf du Plessis, was promoted in the batting order ahead of Jack Scalise and AB de Villiers. They put up a partnership from 50 for 2. They took on the score to 84 before Faf du Plessis, after looking, not Faf du Plessis, it was the next wicket to go was Hashim Amla. As Hashim Amla was LBW bowled Saeed Ajmal. It was a good delivery from Saeed Ajmal. Hashim Amla was trapped LBW for 25, 3 boundaries. Faf du Plessis, as I said, in his knock of 28, looked pretty solid. He played some glorious drives, I would say. The cover drive of Umar Gul was absolutely superb. It was a gem. Everything was coming on the middle of the bat. But before that, Jack Scalise was dismissed in controversial circumstances. He was also LBW bowled Saeed Ajmal for 2. And that was a controversial decision, because what happened was it went to the review, and then the review came out that he's out. Jack Scalise questioned the umpire, which he is not supposed to do, that why he has been given out. Probably the appeal was for an LBW, but and then finally, yes, he was ruled LBW, but Jack Scalise probably questioned the review, and then once again the umpire Steve Davis had to refer it, and then finally came the verdict that Jack Scalise was out. It was not something that the batsman can do. Once the umpire is given out, you have to walk. So Jack Scalise was LBW bowled Ajmal for 2, and towards the close of play, Saeed Ajmal picked up his 5th wicket there of all the 5 wickets to fall, as Faf du Plessis was gone. Caught Yunus Khan bowled Saeed Ajmal for 28 with 4 boundaries. Was looking good, but now I think South Africa have a real work to do on the 3rd day. But also, let me tell you, the ball is kicking up. There's a lot of balls which are kicking up. Saeed Ajmal is getting the ball to turn. He's getting a lot of bite out of the pitch already. He has taken 5 wickets and just bowled splendidly. And in the end, 139 for 5 was scored. AB de Villiers was an unbeaten 24 at stumps with 2 boundaries. Dean Elgar was not out on 11. And as far as the bowling figures were concerned, Umar Gul, none for 32. Tanveer Ahmed, 9 overs, 4 maidens, none for 17. Mohammad Irfan, 10 overs, 1 maiden, none for 32 on his debut. And as I said, Saeed Ajmal's figures absolutely stood out. 25 overs, 8 maidens, 41 runs, and all the 5 wickets to fall has gone to the world-class right-arm spinner Saeed Ajmal. 139 for 5 was the final score for South Africa on the 2nd day. Mohammad Hafiz bowled 5 overs, 1 maiden, none for 10. Well, dear fans, as I said, I am running out of time right now. Thanks for your company, and thanks for watching Cricket Happenings. I'll be back tomorrow, but on Saturday, you know, I come up with a very late report, so you'll have to be very patient to listen to my Cricket Happenings show. Thanks for your company, and thanks for watching Cricket Happenings. Your host Ram signing off today. Thank you.